Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to aBlogtoWatch videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the Charmex Swiss Military Typhoon. There's a brand called Charmex, which has a sub-brand called Swiss Military Watch. So that's what this is from. And I've liked this brand for a long time for a number of reasons. Not all their watches are perfect, and each of their watches isn't entirely perfect on its own. But there's a interesting mixture of design and style and cool things they've done. So for example, one of my favorite watches that you can see a review of on the channel is their 20,000 foot diver chronograph. It's the deepest diving mechanical chronograph in the world. It was like $4,000 or $5,000, something like that. And it was crazy. It was like this thick, and it was in titanium, and it was actually, to this date, as wild as it is, it's one of my favorite diver watches ever. I love it. This is obviously a more expensive piece, but this is from that same brand. And this again is called the Typhoon, which is ironic because this is a yachting timer, meaning this is meant for like regatta racing. And you don't want to obviously race boats during a typhoon, so I think that's kind of funny. Style-wise, this is great. This is a cool looking watch. I really like the bezel and the case. You have here this carbon fiber in the bezel here. On the side of the case itself is titanium. It's about 45 millimeters wide, and it is cool looking. The dial is a little bit of a mixed bag. And the first thing that you see on the dial, at least for me, is the smiley face. I mean, if you don't see that, then I don't know what you're looking at. But you have here this, these two sub dials, and you have this very large expanded date window there. So there's let me try to move that hand there. That's part of the yachting timer there. It'll slowly start to move, I think. Anyway, so that hand is part of the... So a yachting timer, essentially what it is it's a 10-minute countdown timer. And so what you have here is and this watch also has an alarm, right? So I'm not going to go through all the features and demonstrate them, but this watch essentially has a time, date, subsidiary seconds, and then it has this 10-minute countdown timer. So inside the watch is a Swiss movement by a company called ISA, which is a interesting, very interesting kind of movement maker. They do they like make the quirkiest of all of the Swiss watches. They only make quartz watches. They are Swiss, and they just do weird stuff. So for example, when you reset it, trying to do that here. See, like, it's just kind of quirky. Trying to figure it out. Come on. I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong. Anyways, this red button here is for the alarm. So this hand here, the red one, you can, when you basically adjust the time here, you can move that red hand there. There's a date I'm moving. Okay, you see that hand there? And so basically, you'll move that as an alarm indicator, and then it'll beep, and then you use this hand here to basically this pusher here to turn the alarm on and off. So basically, if you look around the periphery of the dial here, you see indicators for the yachting timer, right? So basically starts here at 10, or it starts somewhere at 10, and then it doesn't use the entire dial, but you see there's a countdown there of minutes, 6, 7, 8. All the way down, and it basically makes beeps at particular intervals, right? And basically you use it to help you count down the time from when you start the boat to when you start the race, because basically the idea is with a regatta timer is it allows you to measure the time that you're trying to speed up your boat to get to the starting line without passing the starting line. And so this dedicated hand here will basically move across the scale. It's actually running right now. I think I keep pausing it. But it will move across that scale in order to tell you sort of when you're done. I'm obviously just pushing buttons here because I haven't looked at the instructions, to be honest. So that's probably what I'm doing wrong. I'm probably just not pushing the right buttons. But I was playing it with before, and that's what it is. I don't race boats. Maybe I would like to sometime. Oh, there we go. There it is. You just had to push it down there. So you can see something. So like right there, that's the resting position, right? So most chronographs, the resting position, you have the hand just straight up pointing at 12 o'clock. But in this instance, this is the resting position. So like it's not the most attractive thing in the world because it's kind of always there at the side. Usually, you know, we prefer symmetry, but, you know, that's just the nature because right here, that's where the starting position is for the yacht timer. So, for example, I'll start it now. Okay, so I've started it, and it'll move. Sorry, I keep moving the watch. It'll move. You see that hand there is moving slowly? It takes 10 minutes to get to the end. And then when it gets closer, it starts beeping. So every minute that elapses, it beeps and things like that. It's not the loudest beep in the world. Like if you're racing your boat, you're not going to see. But the idea is you can quickly glance down to see roughly on the scale kind of how much time you have left. Anyways, let's put the watch on. I think this watch looks cool on the wrist. Again, this is a titanium case, and I believe they use grade 3 titanium. Grade 5 is a little bit higher, but this is not the highest priced watch in the world. And I think it looks cool. I like the sound that the bezel makes when it turns. I'm like a bezel, rotating bezel sound snob. I don't know why. I like that. And it has kind of a cool look to it. I like these sort of like points that stick out here. These little individual screws that they put in there. You have some here on the side. Really great detailing, actually. The detailing is actually impressive. I wish the hands were a little bit more legible, a little bit larger, but there's a lot of lume. There's actually a lot more lume on the hour indicators themselves than on the hands. But I'm just kind of in love with the look of a watch like this. This kind of has this just very kind of masculine, it's almost, I don't know, over the top in the way it looks, but it's just something that's kind of fun. Anyways, so again, before I just keep making fun of myself talking about this watch in that way, this is the Swiss, this is the CX, which is also Charmex, Swiss military watch. This is the Typhoon, titanium, 45 millimeters, regatta timer. Price is $1,286, which isn't that much for what you get here. And you can see the full review soon on aBlogtoWatch.